Hello and welcome to Kids Talk Broadway. I'm Sylvie.
And I'm Saoirse. And today we are joined by the amazing Molly Hager.
Woohoo! Hi guys. So right now I'm currently in a Broadway show called Waitress, starring Jessie Mueller. I don't know if you guys know who she is. She's very brilliant. I was in an off-Broadway show called Heathers the Musical, which is probably too mature for either of you. Please don't see it or listen to the album until you are 15, and then ask your parents, and then you can do it.
No way!
And I was also in an off-Broadway show called Fat Camp.
Waitress is a really fun show. Can you tell us a little bit about the rehearsal process?
Sure. So the thing about rehearsing a new musical is that things change every day. So the script changes, the music changes, the choreography changes. So you just have to constantly think on your feet. So it's sort of like an exercise for your brain constantly, which is really fun if you like to do brain stuff.
What do you think the hardest thing about being a professional performer is?
I think the hardest thing is probably hearing no all the time. So it's like asking your best friend to come over every night and maybe once a month they say yes. But if you really love your best friend that much, you're gonna wait for that one time and it's gonna be great.
When did you first get interested in performing?
I got into acting really early on because my whole family is involved in the arts in some way, so I kind of knew that that was where I was bound to be at some point in my life. But the rumor is, or the legend is that I was watching Cinderella when I was 2 or 3 years old, and my parents walked in and saw me doing all the voices of the mice. And so they knew that I was destined to be a star. That's what they tell me, but they're my parents, so they have to tell me that. Yeah.
If you can pick any musical to be in next, which one would it be and why?
Do you guys write musicals?
Sometimes in school.
I want to be in your musical. That's what I want to do. I want to be in her new musical on Broadway, starring Molly Hager. It's going to be great. We're going to be rich, and we're going to win all the Tonys. Ow!
What has been your best and your worst audition experience?
Best audition experience. Anytime I'm prepared, I've done my homework, I feel good about myself, I walk into the room, I give everything I want to give, and then I leave. And that's the best you can do, is just know that you've done your best. So even if I don't get the part, I feel really good about what I've done in the room. My worst experience is probably, I went in for a very big audition and there were probably about 30 people in the room. I get very nervous, and also I get a rash. Like, I get so nervous that I get a rash that climbs up my face, and it's extremely attractive and definitely castable all the time. One time in particular, I told myself that I was gonna be casual and relaxed and walk in the room and just, be myself and shake everybody's hand. And I walked in and there were so many people that I ended up having to shake every person's hand, and it took what felt like 5 billion years. The next day when I had this big audition, that I wasn't gonna shake anyone's hand in the room, that I was gonna be still polite and charming and lovely, but just not shake anyone's hand, because why do you have to shake everyone's hand? So I talked myself into it. I walked into the room, I was totally prepared, and the director came over to introduce himself to me, and he stuck out his hand, and I looked at it, and I did nothing. So the moral of the story is you have to think on your feet as an actor and as a person in life in general. Yeah.
What advice would you give young performers who want to pursue a career in performing arts?
I would tell, do you guys want to do the performing arts in some way?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah? I would tell you both that it's really important to stay true to yourself and not try to be anyone else, no matter what anyone says. Just be yourself and try and have a good time. And also be nice to everybody, because you never know who's gonna be the big director or writer. So I'm gonna be extra nice to you guys. I'm sucking up.
Well, thanks again for the great interview, Molly.
You're so welcome.
It's really nice to meet you.
It was really lovely to meet you as well. And you.
Be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time on
Kids Talk Broadway.
Bye. Good job, guys.